It's good water. Hello, old souls, fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts alike. If you're a new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. Scooch up your chair. Let's get comfortable. Today we are going to drop some ink and we're going to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on tarot and oracle. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio editions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, pleased to receive, release freely. So when you're ready to explore and expand, let's go. Old souls, as you can see, we are utilizing a little different ink today. So this is alcohol ink paper and alcohol inks. Straight up, not my favorite way to Inkblot, but it definitely has a different feel. But every so often I like to dabble in because it works so differently than acrylic ink or paint. So you guys are the guest of honor. So let's go. I hope you're doing well. I have to move really, really fast. So it just works completely differently than what I'm accustomed to. All right. Like old souls. I don't even know if there's time for me to say all my blurbage. So when you're ready, if you'd like to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. Cleansing the palette of perspective, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts, old souls. May you meet a message with meaning. All right, see, so the lighting is a little different to work with, but hopefully, if you can see anything, if you know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, drop an emoji, whatever feels good, and any interaction with the channel is appreciated. I don't think there's a whole lot up at the top there, so I think we're good. As well, the link to the extended will be below for YT members, and also if you'd like to just one single shot Vimeo. Okay.
Roof.
The roof. See this. Okay. There's a very interesting paradigm that's happening here. I feel as though I'm looking at the markings of something within my soul body, my light body. My shadow is working on it. My shadow is working on this space. It's actually being carved out. So that's the way it's making me feel. You know, I think I'm in concrete. And say if this was the concrete, like just the area that we're working in, and maybe there's like a crack, or even drywall, right? So there's a crack. And some people will, instead of worrying about just the crack, they'll actually take out a bigger piece in some sort of shape that maybe they have a piece for, or it's easier to create another solid insert. That's how I'm seeing this. There's a bigger shape being made around some sort of scar, or a bigger space around that, because but the shadow's working on it to heal it big, like almost like bigger and better than ever. That's exactly how I want to say that. Than ever. There's also symbols. And now this is in the muse of the ecliptical energy, but timeless in nature. As there's something about like just touching versus an overlay. I don't know about that.
Halt.
There's symbols from... Okay, so the best way I'm going to say this is another life. And when I say another life, it brings me... typically I want to say past life or parallel life. But very specifically, I'm hearing another life. Which brings me into the show... I think there's a show called Another Life. But I, for the life of me, am drawing a complete blank. Another life. Okay, so I'm gonna another life, and I think that life is a bigger word. I'm trying to apply it personally, which is fine. But there's another word. Can I bring that in for you so you can see it to the best? Do I have like a stone or something? When I say life, well, I'm included in that, and you are included in that if you're resonating. It's told me. Life. Life. Something about species. These are species symbols. Now I can't say the word I thought about too much. Species symbols. God. God. Yeah, okay. And this is like almost like caveman with this carving. Caveman carving. But it's consciousness oriented. It's like this, the touching of lives. Life, and another and another and another life. And now I'm seeing like if we were to have a bunch of these circles, see if I have blank papers, so I'll bring you back down with me. It's like here and here. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Here and here. It would start to formulate a formula. Almost like the flower of life, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, I want to go back to the life. Consciousness caveman. What are you in there? I'm seeing a blue jay. Okay, we're going to go over there as well. A blue jay. Okay, put a blue jay and a woodpecker together. That's what I want to do there. Put a blue jay and a woodpecker together. There's something. Okay, so it's almost like as well, because I don't know why another life is like so blank for me, but I'm going to do my best to follow the cavern of imagination. It looks similar. This another life looks similar, like it's butting up against your aura. Maybe it's like aura, another aura life is the best way I can extend into it. Thank you for holding space if you're still here. There's a gift being exchanged, and it's like at this threshold, but it's not a threshold. It's the space that doesn't exist, but it is perceived as space between the lives of these realms, worlds, perspective. It's like space doesn't actually it's unstably, from my perspective, density. So it's unstable for me to term it as a threshold because it's not stable, where a term is a stabilizing structure of my face trying to say something. Okay, I don't need to get constipated there. So for lack of a better term, but the perfect term, this space threshold where ecliptically, worlds, oracally, angelically, alien, wherever you might resonate with, they're similar enough so that you can explore for the scratch. Yeah, hold on. Okay, thank you. Scratch an itch of a calling, almost like between sleep and wake, right? And you would maybe lucid. So it's like, see, no. That's an inspiration to contemplate, but that's not it. It's like even in leaving the body, one's never really leaving the body. There's something about space that I, as Steph, have no idea about. There's something about the concept of space that's implying a distance, a travel, a journey. But then when I tune into it from this other like ecliptical energy, it's not there. The journey, the space, the distance, it's not there. But yet it is the same, or it is existing within the same space. I don't know. Okay. I do know, but I don't know. And hopefully I haven't butchered it completely, but maybe this is in the spirit of the word caveman, and that's not to be insulting. That is to almost honor a beginning. As I further wander, may I wander? I know I'm treading lightly, Estef. I'm treading lightly. I fear danger. I do fear danger. I feel very stimulated, even though everything around me is soothing. But because it's so familiar, I'm expecting earthly dangers. Okay, that's fine. Breathe. Am I breathing air here? I'm breathing life. I don't know that it's air. I'll be honest with you. I'm breathing life. But I feel like my consciousness is like a caveman, wherever this is. We have healer coming out. We are going to wander. We could say like the moon cycles, but in the shaman's palm. So in the cave of ice is healer 14. Even like, see, it's like all the space around the hands as a, what crystal is it? Numite. Shaman shamanka.
31.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so remember when I was talking about like there might be a crack, it could be like a fault line, that threshold, and I actually make it bigger around it. That's like the bigger around it. Oh, does it create a door? Is it door inspired? It's like I might sense it like a crack in the earth, or a lightning bolt expressed as a crack in the earth, but I carve it into a door. There's something fringy about it. Fringe science, fringe frequency. Maybe this is how I'm just receiving it. In the cave of winds of how I'm thinking is freedom. Number 12, eagle, and blue bright. I know I'm being observed when I'm here, not in a...
Scratch.
Yeah. Not in a judgment way, in a safe way. I think this is the feeling as I kind of wander in more. What are you right here? I'm connected to something by the third eye area. It's actually the whole forehead. If you saw the whole forehead as a door, there have been certain sacrifices that I've feel maybe you resonate with that you've had to make, and that's the healing part of it. Like even from this scar that we are speaking of, the healing of it, this inner healing that inevitably by creating, I'm not sure how you died, love, but you're very much so alive, just in a different density. Where did I go from there? Was I talking about the scar? Can't remember. Made healing. And like a band-aid is square. It's not, I know there's like liquid band-aids or something like that, but that's not what this is. This is like the band-aid. And it creates a door. I don't know. I'm sorry, I got lost in there. My mind feels free here, but my brain is trying to decipher something. Invitation with this with this exchange here. I don't know if you can quite see it with my lighting. Oh, there, that's a little bit better. So there's a being here and a being here. Like, I'm still part density. Like, I'm aware, like, I'm going to call it caveman consciousness in this current human experience. Not to be insulting. But in my cave of hearthfires is this invitation to go there. To this sacred site. Phenicite and the card 16. To go there. And even look like in these cards. Like how Stonehenge, it's these doors. But they're just blocks. Their doors, and I'm butting up against almost like is it like another consciousness existing? It's all one consciousness. Okay, hold on. It's species, current species, expressions, experiences. Cave of Rivers, creativity, Bixbite, fire. Number 7. I feel caveman-y here. Like me as stuff. Maybe there's some aspect of your life area, like this cave, this whole cavern. And see how even like with the fire of life, and there's like these hints of yellow, where even in this space in here, it's blank. Like this is where they merge and coalesce and have a deeper conversation. They just need to touch. But there's something about even like the space between the hands. Something about my concept of space. And the distance and journey it implies, maybe per my, I'm going to say physics, and that's not a qualified word for me to use. But it's something in there. So I'm going to land in with my spark of creativity, because science isn't necessarily my thing, but I can understand it. But I'm being invited. You're being invited to almost like, how do I say this politely? Remember I was talking about like all the circles, flower, maybe the flower of life or any other like geometry of it?
Okay.
To even move beyond or through, I don't want to use the word because it's not correct, and yet I need to be more creative about it. The matrix. Because even that concept of thinking freeing oneself from the matrix creates another paradigm of the matrix. Because you are the creator of it. You are creating it. And it's like inviting another creation of the matrix to be lived out. I'm not making a judgment if this is good, bad, or ugly. This just simply is the way I'm feeling it. There's a single daisy. Is it a daisy in there? Or like a buttercup flower that is growing between the two energies. Okay. Cave of Earth. Celebration, red jasper, sacred ceremony, and number 4. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you see how they're almost like, I don't know if they are or not. Sorry if my nails are gross. Are they like cavemen in there? I'm going to go with it. That's the way I'm seeing them. You know how when people say, or at least in the song, free your mind, and this, I'm hearing, free your heart. Free your heart. And then I kind of go into like even just to Steph. It's like, well, what the heart wants. And it's the way I say that, or the way I hear that, programmed collectively, or even with it, well, the heart wants what the heart wants. It's like, well, the heart wants this is what I want. It's like leading with that flame into this. Oh, you know what's interesting? I just realized, and sorry if you've already recognized, this card here in the Cave of Hearthfire says initiation. I saw it as invitation because I felt invitation. you might be feeling initiation of fire. I think you're being freed from something else that's already been done, which opens a door for you to even consider bigger. That see, bigger wanders into this. Bigger is implying some sort of scope measurement, like the space concept, a distance, a journey. And while that's fine, it's not harmful or hurtful. Sometimes it can hinder because it adds this drag of energy requirement when really it's a skill or a second or a task. And moving, I even think, if I may, with air and fire of initiation and celebrating I'm seeing Tai Chi down here. The way you're moving in, embodying these ecliptical energies butting up between each other. I don't know if they actually are butting up together, but that's how I'm seeing it. And then interestingly enough, old souls, it's like this, what you've created, this foundation in your life, I'm seeing it like a helicopter pad where it's like, there's like it's a pad, and like this whole energy can go and can land there.
Why are you here?
And it's like you...
Am I dead?
You are past love, but you're still alive. Like you can sense this. In taking the lead of your life and love style. Creates a landing pad to kind of bring this in. You're listening. There's a lot of listening here. A lot of listening. Do you know what's funny? I think when you go into this space, it's like you get a hold of a substance. Here's the thing, this substance, I'm not going to try and place it in earthly, a crystal or anything like that. It's a substance though. And it brings it down and becomes this foundation. And it helps the species. This substance helps the species. I envy protection. Okay, so remember when I was like first wandering in? Yeah, see, because it's almost like a form. What is it in? Is this the second time Willy Wonka has come through in the last day or two? Hilarious. That's cool. I appreciate it. There's one of the kids that goes into the TV and molecular. And I felt when I first was stepping in, I felt the need to like, bring my human, which is fine. But like danger, Will Robinson. And that eye is where my heart is. Ship, directions, journey, husband, marriage, groom. This is in the freedom space here of the mind. So this is very air and water, but this is in the clouds. This is still very air. Like this is like free your mind. And that heart.
What do you want?
And I think this is the masculine energy. If these two were exchanging, connected by the four head, a gift being exchanged. In the relationship of oneself, within oneself, these even could be the ecliptical energies. There's somebody smaller over here. It's a different energy. This feels like me dissipating, but I'm still being held. You know, I'm still being held, but I'm feeling it is held back. But I think that's me. Initiation. Somebody with a staff over here. Okay, I'm seeing this as a large head, and they are speaking me into existence. Is that the invitation that I keep seeing as initiation? Old man, inheritance male. And then we have groom. Okay. So in this, oh, for heavens and hot dogs, sorry, there we go. See how he's got the hat on? So straight up, how I, as staff, want to wander into it, I'm like, Poltergeist man. From the movie Poltergeist, the old man that whistles with the hat. Creepy. No. Horrifying. So this is like, maybe something for, like, for me, as an example, to be working on healing. Is that, you know, moment in time? Is it holding me back? Or is it holding me to feel safe? Okay, straight up. I know there's a lot of personal examples in here, so hopefully that's okay. But please place them where they resonate, old souls. But your old souls, you get it. You're being groomed for something. Can I write that down? Being groomed for something. I don't know how long we've been here. So hopefully you've made it through my rambles to get here. Groomed for something. There are lots of choices of how you're going to go about this. There's no need to worry about missing the right one opportunity because you're the creator of them. I have a feeling you're going to find the one you want. Fascinating. Old woman is now coming through. No, I'm putting you up there. Still in the Cave of Hearts, we have old man, old woman. Literally old souls. And do you see how in these cards, the light is depicted differently? This one's spread out. Even in the groom card, it's spread out. And in the feminine or female energy, it's a single spot and space, which I bring here into the cave, and all those symbols. I really want to like turn this Inkblot, but I'm going to do that in the extended. Because now there's things like coming down from this light white space, and it's coalescing with space is such a weird word today. News, messages, birds with creativity. Is that like that blue jay woodpecker? Something about singing. Singing and speechless. It's like I can be somewhere.
Is this yours?
And maybe it's in this ecliptic energy where I can hear music. But it's not in the tones that I'm accustomed to. Or maybe even some of you are working with sound healing. Yeah. Invisible tones. You know how like the vibrato, it's something in the rings of the vibrato Cave of Earth, we have here justice, documents, scales. Some of you might be getting news about whatever it is that you're creating. Creativity is great, but I don't want that to be locked into paint or crafting. Creating your life, creating connections.
Is this yours?
Something about consciousness just came back in again. So the way when I was talking about seeing these kind of come in, and I know I kind of wandered off. And imagine if you can, like an anthill, or something along the lines, maybe even like certain bugs, or in a tree. Like at one point in time, we had all our ash trees got cut down because like some tree disease was coming through or swept through. I'm not going to concern myself with the source or the reason or the why, but as a contemplation of this very moment, as the way I'm seeing these energies come down and through.
I want to stay.
Is you're welcome to stay, love. Is that species was, as the example, was working with that tree, this bug or whatever, with the tree to, as stuff I feel, eradicate the tree, which horrifies me, but I'm being asked not to look at it there for a second. Consciousness over, connect with it, and that species of this tree, it was working with the species of this ant or bug to not weaken, but in a positive way, like by burrowing and making the ash trees, in my example, weaker, unstable, so they could crumble faster to make room or space to clear, in this concept anyway, that I'm seeing it as they come down, like they're burrowing. But it's in what I'm going to say here, like in my blockheadedness. It's purposeful and very positive. And I'm feeling compassion as I'm trying to get this all to fall out of my face. That we understand. It feels very doomed. It feels like I'm doomed if I do, and if I don't try. But sometimes it's purposeful beyond our understanding to help compassionately eradicate certain things to crumble. And while another species, like of this bug, is receiving benefits, maybe they're learning hard work, or maybe they're getting to feed. I don't know what it is, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm all over the place, and I apologize if this scry was a little more cray-cray than usual, but sorry, not sorry. I love it because literally I feel as though this is very reflective of what we do here together.
It's not for you.
And it's not for everybody. And not everything has to be done by one, right? We can bounce off each other in that circles of seeing it all as circles. Okay, I'm going to head over to the extended. If you'd like to join me, we're going to flip or rotate, I guess. Rotate and radiate. Get a little steering wheel. And we're going to continue on. So if you'd like to join me, there's 2 ways. Links are below. If not, old souls, as always, thank you so much for being you. I love you. Until next time. Bye. Cut the deck. Achievement. Win the award, accolade, or contract. Oh, what did we have there? Justice, document, scales. Sun. Here comes the sun. Da-da-da-da. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Come a little bit closer.